Hello everyone, I am PV Lakshman and this video is on binomial theorem. This is the second part where we will study the general and the middle terms of a binomial expansion. So let's start. As we already studied, let me again rewrite the expansion of a plus b raised to the power n. This we did in the previous video on binomial theorems. The link you will get in the description. This is nc0 a to the power n plus nc1 a to the power n minus 1 times b plus nc2 a to the power n minus 2 b square plus nc3 a to the power n minus 3 b cube, and so on. The last term that you get is ncn b to the power n. This was the binomial expansion of a plus b to the power n. This we proved in the previous video also. So it is clear from here that this is the first term. Let us mention it as t1. This is the second term. This is the third term, and so on. We can find a general way of representing the rth term also. If I write the first term here t1, it is like nc0 a to the power n. b is not there in the first term. If I talk about the second term, it is nc1 a to the power n minus 1 and b comes for the first time, b raised to the power 1. Okay, t3 is nc2 a to the power n minus 2 b to the power 2. So can we find any general way of representing the terms? Yes, of course we can. See, here we have 1. Just have a look at the pattern. Here we can see 1 is there in the first term t1. Then we have nc0. Here it is t2. Then we have nc1, t3, and then we have nc2. Similarly for t4 we will have nc3 a to the power n minus 3 b to the power 3. So if I write t1 as t 0 plus 1, and then if I write this way nc0 a to the power n minus 0 b to the power 0, or if I write t2 as t 1 plus 1, and then if I write it as nc1 a to the power n minus 1 b to the power 1, right? t3 can be written as t 2 plus 1, and this will give me nc2 a to the power n minus 2 b to the power 2. Then t4 can be written as t3 plus 1. This will become nc3 a to the power n minus 3 b to the power 3. Okay, so you can see that this number and this number are same. So if you want to represent the rth term, r plus 1th term, then this can be done as ncr a to the power n minus r b to the power r. This is easy to understand. This is the general term of binomial expansion. Binomial expansion. For example, if I want to find the fourth term, then I can write this as t of 3 plus 1. then the value of r will be 3. Then this formula will become nc3 a to the power n minus 3 b to the power 3. Now you can very well see that this is exactly equal to the fourth term. Now we will discuss, and yes, before we move on, if this general term is for a plus b raised to the power n, but if we have a minus b raised to the power n, then if we have a minus b raised to the power n, in that case t r plus 1 will be minus 1 raised to the power r along with ncr a to the power n minus r b to the power r. This is for a minus b raised to the power n. Next we will study about the middle term or terms. Middle term or terms. The reason why I mentioned it this way, term or terms, is when there are odd number of terms, you will get only one middle term. But in the expansion, if you have even number of terms, then in that case you will have two middle terms. Hence I wrote it this way. Okay. So the first thing is if n is even number, in the expansion a plus b raised to the power n, if we take n as even, then I hope you remember in the first video only I mentioned that a plus b raised to the power n will have n plus 1 terms, right? So if the value of n will be even, that means in the total expansion there are odd number of terms. Yes, so if n is even, the number of terms in the expansion is odd. In that case we have only one middle term. We have one middle term, and that is given by t n by 2 plus 1. Okay, so it is actually n by 2 plus 1th term. In the second case, if n is odd, the number of terms in the expansion is even. When the number of terms in the expansion is even, then we will have two middle terms. The first middle term will be given by t n plus 1 by 2, and the next middle term will be given by the consecutive term of t n plus 1 by t n plus 1 by 2. So this will be t n plus 1 by 2 plus 1, isn't it so? So this will be t n plus 3 by 2. So we have two middle terms when the number of terms in the expansion is even. One middle term is t n plus 1 by 2 and the other middle term is t n plus 3 by 2. Let me give an example so that you understand it in a better way. We all know the formula of a plus b whole square, right? See, a plus b raised to the power 2 will have 3 terms, a square plus 2ab plus b square. This example is for the first case that I mentioned here. A plus b raised to the power 2 equals to a square plus 2ab plus b square. The number of terms here is 3. N is equal to 2. N is actually the power a plus b raised to the power 2, but the number of terms in the expansion is 3. So that's what I wrote here. If n is even, like n equals to 2 here, the number of terms in the expansion will be odd. Then we will have one middle term. What is a middle term? Easily you can say 2ab, but let's find it out by this formula. This is 2, I mean t. What is the value of n? N is 2. So this is 2 by 2 plus 1. This means this is t1 plus 1. That means the second term here is the middle term. 2ab is a middle term. Easy to determine. Next one. If we take a plus b raised to the power 3, this will contain 4 terms. You know this formula, a cube plus 3 a square b plus 3 ab square plus b cube. This is the formula. Here we can see the value of n is odd and the number of terms here is even. In that case, if the number of terms is even, we must have 2 middle terms, this one and this one. Going by the formula that I gave above, t, it is 3 plus 1 by 2 and t n plus 3 by 2. That means this becomes 3 plus 3 by 2. The value of n is 3. So that means the middle terms are t, 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 by 2 is 2. The second term and the third term. 3 plus 3 by 2 is equal to 3. So the second term and the third term are the middle terms in this expansion. So this way we can find the middle term. Let's come to a question from the exercise. Okay, so find the 13th term in the expansion. 13th term in the expansion of 9x minus 1 by 3 root x raised to the power 18, where the value of x is positive, it is greater than 0. Okay, so you have to find the 13th term. This question is not about finding the middle term, you just have to find the 13th term. So let's start the solution. We have to find T13. Okay, so T13 can be written as in the form TR plus 1. This can be written as T of 12 plus 1. Okay, just check the formula here. TR plus 1 equals to NCR a to the power n minus r b to the power r. So T12 plus 1 will become 18 C R. The value of r is 12. This is A and this is B and this is N. So this becomes a to the power 9x to the power n minus r. N is 18 and r is 12. 18 minus 12, and B is 1 by 3 root x raised to the power r. R is what? R is 12. One thing I'm missing here is this is a minus b raised to the power n form. So minus 1 to the power 12 must be here. Is that clear? So 18C12, since we know NCR is also equal to NCN minus R, okay, so this can be written as 18C6. Here we have 9 to the power 6, 18 minus 12 is 6, and then x to the power 6 multiplied by 1 by 3 to the power 12. 1 by 3 to the power 12, and root x we have. Root x means x to the power half multiplied by 12. So 6 will be there, x to the power 6, and minus 1 to the power even is positive number only. So we do not have to worry about that. X to the power 6 and x to the power 6 gets cancelled. So after you calculate everything, 18C6, 9 to the power 6 into 1 by, this you can write it as 3 square raised to the power 6. That means this is 18C6, 9 to the power 6 multiplied by 1 by 9 to the power 6. 9 to the power 6 also gets cancelled. The only thing left is 18C6. So let's find it out. What is the value of 18C6? The answer is 18564. I hope this was clear. We'll go to the next question. Find the middle term in the expansion of 2x square by 3 minus 3 by 2x raised to the power 12. So very clearly we can see that here the value of n is 12, which is even number. So here n equals to 12. So therefore the number of terms in the expansion is 13, one more than n, it is 13, which is what? An odd number. 13 is an odd number. So that means we will have only one middle term. So there is only one middle term, that is t 12 by 2 plus 1, that is equal to t7. So you have to find that middle term. The middle term is t7. Don't just leave the answer here, calculate what is t7. So t7 can be written as t 6 plus 1. Okay, so now the formula goes r equals to 6, n equals to 12. This is a and this is b. It is in the form a minus b raised to the power n. So this is n c r minus 1 raised to the power r, a to the power n minus r, and b to the power r. This is what you have to solve. 12c6 minus 1 raised to the power even is a positive one, so no need to so 2 by 3 raised to the power 6 multiplied by x to the power 12 into 3 by 2 raised to the power 6 into 1 by x to the power 6. So 2 by 3 to the power 6 and 3 by 2 to the power 6 will get cancelled. We have 12c6 x to the power 12 minus 6. Let's find the value of 12c6. This will be 924. So this is 924 x to the power 6, and that is the answer. Next question. The question is, you have to find middle terms in the expansion of 3 minus x cube by 6 raised to the power 7. Here the value of n is 7. That means the expansion contains 7 plus 1, that is 8 terms, and which is what? Even. Since the number of terms in the expansion is even, there must necessarily be 2 middle terms, and that was t n plus 1 by 2, that is 7 plus 1 by 2, and then t n plus 3 by 2, 7 plus 3 by 2. This is t 4 and then t 5. So the fourth term that we will find out first is t4, which can be written as t3 plus 1. So the formula is, since n equals to 7 here, this will be 7c3, then minus 1 raised to the power r, and a to the power n minus r, b to the power r. So this is 7c3 minus 1 raised to the power odd number is a negative term, so I am placing a negative sign, and this will be 3 to the power 4 multiplied by x to the power 9 by 6 to the power 3. (7c3) is equal to 35 multiplied by 81 into x to the power 9 by 216. So this will be negative of 13 1 by 8 x to the power 9. And that will be the answer. Similarly, we can find the second middle term also, t5, which can be written as t4 plus 1, and this will be 7c4 minus 1 raised to the power 4, 3 to the power 7 minus 4 x cube by 6 raised to the power 4. So this is how you will find out this. Similarly, you can do this. Now we'll go to the next question. The question is, find the term that is independent of x. Find the term independent of x in the expansion. Number 1, three x minus 2x square raised to the power 15. You have to find the term which is independent of x. Independent of x means जिसमें x नहीं होगा. Variable should not be there, only constant term is being asked. This term should be independent of x. So now we will not sit expanding the entire thing. So we will have an assumption. Let t r plus 1 be the term independent of x. Independent of x, that does not contain x. So here the value of n is 15, this is a, this is b. So t r plus 1 must be 15 c r, I am writing r since we don't know the value of r yet, minus 1 raised to the power 15, sorry, minus 1 raised to the power r, three x raised to the power 15 minus r, and 2 by x square raised to the power r, right? तो इसको थोड़ा सा हम लोग को सॉल्व करना होगा. 15 सी आर माइनस 1 रेज टू द पावर आर, दिस इज 3 टू द पावर 15 माइनस आर into x to the power 15 minus r, and here you have 2 to the power r by x to the power, it is x square to the power r, so this becomes x to the power 2r. This is equal to 15 cr minus 1 to the power r, 3 to the power 15 minus r into, here we have the two bases equal, so power को हम लोग difference निकाल सकते हैं, 15 minus r minus 2r, and 2 to the power r is also there. And this is x to the power 15 minus 3r. This is the entire thing. Now since by our assumption this term is independent of x, x is not there, so that means there is only one possibility, that यहाँ पर जो x है its power should be 0, x, because x to the power 0 will give you a constant 1. So since t r plus 1 is independent of x, so therefore 15 minus 3r must be equal to 0, from which you will get r equals to 5. So after you know r equal to 5, this you will substitute here and you will find the term which is independent of x. So the term independent of x is actually t, since the value of r is 5, this is actually t 5 plus 1. No need to calculate it again because you have done it till here. So this is 15 c5 minus 1 to the power 5, 3 to the power 15 minus 5, and 2 to the power 5. No need to put in x because this will ultimately be vanished. So minus 1 raised to the power 5 will give you a negative number. 15 c5 3 to the power 10 and 2 raised to the power 5. We'll move on to the next question. Find the coefficient of x to the power 5 in the expansion of 3x square minus 1 by 3x cube raised to the power 10. So this is a expansion 3x square minus 1 by 3x cube raised to the power 10. So the process of solution is similar to the question we did before. Let t r plus 1 be the term containing, in the previous question it was independent of x, here let t r plus 1 be the term containing x to the power 5. So we have to calculate its coefficient. So here t r plus 1 will be 10 cr minus 1 raised to the power r, a to the power n minus r, and b to the power r. So quickly we will calculate this 10 cr minus 1 to the power r, and we will have 3 raised to the power 10 minus r, and in the denominator also 3 to the power r is there. So I am subtracting it all at once. Here we will have x to the power 20 minus 2r minus 3r. So this is 10 cr minus 1 raised to the power r, 3 to the power 10 minus 2r, and x to the power 20 minus 5r. Now since t r plus 1 contains x to the power 5, so that means 20 minus 5r should be equal to 5, isn't it so? Therefore 20 minus 5r must be equal to 5. So 20 minus 5 will be equal to 5r, 5r will be equal to 15, and r will be equal to 3. So therefore what is the coefficient of the x term here? The coefficient is this one. This is the coefficient. So what we want to find now is coefficient of x to the power 5 will be equal to 10 cr minus 1 to the power r and 3 to the power 10 minus 2r. So after substituting the value of r equal to 3, 10 c3 minus 1 to the power 3, 3 to the power 10 minus 6, this will be negative of 10 c3 3 to the power 4. So let's find the value. The value is negative of 9720, and that's the answer. Now let's come to a question. The coefficients of r minus 1th term, r's term and r plus 1th term in the expansion of x plus 1 raised to the power n. R in the ratio is given R in the ratio 1:3:5. You have to find the value of n and R. This is a question. These types of questions you will find in the exercise very frequently. So let's start the solution. First let's think about the r minus 1th term. So t r minus 1 can be written as t r minus 2 plus 1, isn't it so? Similarly, tr, the r's term, can be written as t r minus 1 plus 1, and then tr plus 1 can be written as t, this is same, tr plus 1 only. Okay. So the expansion is x plus 1 to the power n. It is better if you take it this way, 1 plus x to the power n. So this will be n c r minus 2 a to the power n minus r minus 2 and x to the power r. Here the value of r is r minus 2. In the second one, you will have nc r minus 1 to the power n minus r minus 1 x to the power r minus 1. Uselessly I am writing the power of n because that will eventually be equal to 1 only. 1 to the power any finite number will be 1 only. So tr plus 1, this will be ncr 1 to the power n minus r and x to the power r. This is equal to ncr minus 2 x to the power r minus 2. The second term is equal to nc r minus 1 x to the power r minus 1. The third one is ncr x to the power r. Is that clear? What are the coefficients? In tr minus 1 the coefficient is ncr minus 2, in tr the coefficient is ncr minus 1, and tr plus 1 the coefficient is ncr. Now according to question, the ratio, they are in the ratio 1:3:5. So according to question, ncr minus 2 is to ncr minus 1 is to ncr is given 1:3:5. From this we can split this ratio. ncr minus 2 is to ncr minus 1 will give you 1:3, and nc r minus 1 is to NCR will give you 3 is to 5. So in particular we'll solve both the cases and we'll get a simultaneous linear equation in terms of n and r. Then we have to solve them. So let's start with this one. NCR minus 2 by NCR minus 1 equals to 1 by 3, which means just apply the formula of combination, factorial n by factorial n minus r plus 2 times factorial r minus 2. This whole is divisible by factorial n by factorial n minus r plus 1 times factorial r minus 1, and this will give you 1 by 3. Factorial n gets cancelled. Next you can just write this as, because this will go in the numerator, factorial of n minus r plus 1 factorial r minus 1 divisible by factorial n minus r plus 2 factorial r minus 2. This is 1 by 3. Factorial r minus 1 can be written as r minus 1 times factorial r minus 2, and factorial n minus r plus 2 can be written as n minus r plus 2 times factorial n minus r plus 1. We'll have some cancellations, and the last thing that we'll be left with is three r minus 3 equals to n minus r plus 2. So the first equation is on the way. N plus 5, n plus 5 is equal to 4r. This is the first equation. Now we'll solve NCR minus 1 by NCR. This is given to be 3 by 5. So this becomes factorial n by factorial n minus r plus 1 factorial r minus 1 by factorial n by factorial n minus r factorial r. This becomes 3 by 5. Factorial n after getting cancelled, n minus r factorial into factorial r by factorial n minus r plus 1 times factorial r minus 1. This is 3 by 5. So this is factorial n minus r, and in the denominator you can write it as n minus r plus 1 multiplied by factorial n minus r, eventually cancelling factorial of n minus r. Then factorial r can be written as r times factorial r minus 1. In the denominator we have r minus 1 factorial, they also gets cancelled. So 5r equals to 3n minus 3r plus 3. So 8r equals to 3n plus 3. This is the second equation. So multiplying equation 1 by 2 will give me 2n plus 10 equals to 8r, and in the second equation we have 8r equals to 3n plus 3. Okay, so after we subtract them, 8r gets cancelled. In the right hand side we have 0 minus n plus 7. That means the value of n is 7. After you put the value of n in any of the equation, you can find r. So I am putting in equation number 1. This becomes 7 plus 5 equals to 4r. The value of r will be 3. So therefore the final answer, n equals to 7, r equals to 3. Next question. Similarly, find the coefficient of x to the power 4 in the expansion. Find the coefficient of x to the power 4 in the expansion of 1 plus 2x to the power 4, 2 minus x to the power 5. This is actually a product of two expansions. So it is not possible for you to just multiply both and then find out the coefficient of x to the power 4. Not possible. So we'll go by the easier method. 1 plus 2x to the power 4 multiplied by 2 minus x to the power 5. Just expand both of them. 1 plus 2x to the power 4. How can you write it? This becomes 4c0 1 to the power 4 plus 4c1 1 to the power 3 2x plus 4c2 1 to the power 2, uselessly I am writing 1, 2x square plus 4c3 2x cube plus 4c4 2x to the power 4 so the expansion of the first thing is complete. Now expand 2 minus x to the power 5. So this goes by 5c0 2 to the power 5 plus 5c1 2 to the power 4, and then you have minus x also. Minus x plus 5c2 2 to the power 3 minus x whole square plus 5c3 2 square minus x whole cube plus 5c4 2 into minus x to the power 4 plus 5c5 minus x to the power 5. So this much we have done. It would be better if I just remove unnecessary things which I wrote, like 4c0 will be equal to 1 only. So, and then what else can I go on removing? 1 cube, 1 square, rest is fine. The value of 4c4 is also equal to 1 only, 5c5 also, and 5c0 also. You have to find the coefficient of x to the power 4. Okay. So in how many ways after finding the product of these two things you can obtain x to the power 4? That is the question. So if we multiply the first term here 1 with x to the power 4 in the second bracket, will obtain x to the power 4. So that is one possibility. So 1 into 5c4, just go on writing the coefficient because that is only asked. So 5c4 into 2, since negative x to the power 4 will be equal to positive x to the power 4 only. Next, give plus sign and then search for other possibilities. Also 2 to the power 5 here, if it gets multiplied with 2x to the power 4, you will obtain a term containing x to the power 4. So 2 to the power 5 multiplied by 2 to the power 4. Next possibility. Four c1 into 2x. If x gets multiplied with x cube, what you will obtain? X to the power 4. So that means we should have 4c1 multiplied by 2 multiplied with 5c3 into 2 square, but with a negative sign, because minus x to the power 3 will be a negative number. So I am making this a negative number. Next, we have x here. This is also a negative number, minus of 5c1 2 to the power 4. If this gets multiplied with the term containing x cube, that is 4c3 into 2 to the power 3, here you will obtain x to the power 4, and after this only one possibility is remaining. When x square is getting multiplied with x square, you will get x to the power 4. So this is 4c2 into 2 square plus, sorry, it is not plus, 4c2 into 2 square multiplied with 5c2 into 2 cube, that is 8 into 1. Minus x का square will be positive number only. So this total thing we have to calculate. Five c4 into 2 plus 32 into 16 minus 4c1 into 2 into 5c3 into 4 minus 5c1 into 2 to the power 4, that is 16, into 4c3 into 8 plus 4c2 into 4 multiplied by 5c2 into 8 the answer is minus of 438. I have calculated in the calculator. So these many things we did. I tried to complete binomial theorem in the school level. Both the videos are basically for school going students. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please come in the comment section. Thank you so much.